Well, my fans, it's definitely crunch time, especially for the Orange. As we are heading into the final few weeks of games of the regular season. And the thing is, right now, we're squarely on the bubble. Yes, somebody's been chewing too much gum the last few years, or some child's been blowing too much bubbles, because that's always what seems to be with the Orange. We're blowing too many bubbles. As you know what? We got our bubble burst against Georgia Tech with a bad 84-77 loss, but now, after our win last night against North Carolina, we're back on the bubble. We gotta tell whoever's chewing gum, or whoever's letting their child go, hey, we gotta get off the bubble. We got one more chance to impress the voters before we have our ACC tournament. Yeah, we play Clemson on Wednesday, and then next week it's the ACC tournament. We may have to win the whole darn thing in order to be in the NCAA tournament. But who knows? The NIT is going to a 16-team format, and they're playing in a bubble, of all things, in Dallas. You know, there's going to be a bubble for the NCAA tournament there in Indianapolis, and a bubble there for Dallas. But you know what? We gotta aim higher. We might have to win the whole ACC tournament in order to get into the NCAAs. Of course, St. Bonaventure right now, they're having a pretty darn good season. And being in the Atlantic 10, it's not considered high up. But you know, the Bonaventures the Bonnies can represent us there in the bubble. But you know what? We gotta get off the bubble. We gotta get into the NCAA tournament. It's time to put it together, Cuse. It's a NCAA tournament or no more bubbles. And I am gonna go from talking about them to talking about the sweepstakes. Yes, it seemed as though for the longest time since he was released from the Houston Texans that J.J. Watt was the thing of a sweepstakes. I didn't see any advertisements on television. I didn't see any things. You know, it just seemed as though, hey, J.J. Watt, come to the Bills. J.J. Watt, come here. And Buffalo wanted him in the worst way. It wasn't, hey, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to J.J. Watt sweepstakes. P.O. Box Echtahuzits from Ectawatsits, somewhere in the United States of America, area code 6, zip code 6 7/8. That's what it seemed to be, you know. It seemed to be a sweepstakes all the time, and he was dropping hints. Hey, come here. Hey, come here. Hey, come here. Hey, I want this. I want that. You know? But finally, he decided to go to a middle-of-the-road team. Yes, he's going to the Arizona Cardinals, where he's teaming with Chandler Jones. You know, it's going to be a very fearsome twosome there on their defensive line. But you know, I didn't think Buffalo had enough money to get J.J. Watt. Well, you know, now Buffalo can fully concentrate on what they need to do. Shore up the defense. Because, that's the thing. Their offense is high-powered. But you know what? Their defense can be like, all right, enough foghorn-style noise. But you know what I mean, Bills fans. We can now concentrate and get out of the J.J. Watt sweepstakes. Win an all-exclusive defensive lineman that can help your team. All right, coming back down from that, let's go to more shoehorning, shall we? You know what? That's what we had to do with basketball and with wrestling. Now the high schools are definitely trying to shoehorn more sports as we head toward spring. Would you believe volleyball and football is upcoming? Yes, football in spring. Of course, COVID definitely had to do with that. But they're trying to shoehorn football and also volleyball along with maybe other spring sports. I haven't seen anything for track Haven't seen anything for baseball. Haven't seen anything for softball. Not even lacrosse for the high schools. And you know what? That's going to be interesting if it happens. Trying to schedule lacrosse games and football games around each other. And also trying to get volleyball to keep going there in the gym. It's going to be an interesting spring session. And hopefully this may be it for the shoehorning, because hopefully the next school year everything can get back to normal. We can see football and volleyball, cross country in the fall, basketball reigning supreme there in the winter, and back to the spring sports next spring. But who knows? A little more shoehorning, shall we? There, let's get the other shoe on. Boy, maybe our shoes are bursting at the seams. But whatever, it's going to be an interesting spring season. And of course, next week is the sectional tournament for basketball and also for wrestling. Good luck to Waterloo and good luck to Minders. And last but not least, I am going to talk about our beloved governor. Yeah, it seems as though all his arrogance, all his things, all those, condescending comments, well, you know what? I'm one of those who firmly believes in karma. And you know what? It is starting to get to Mr. Cuomo. All of his comments. Don't be a turkey on Thanksgiving. Or don't do this. I love you so much, I'm not gonna come for the holidays. Or, I'm gonna set this curfew at 10 o'clock. I'm gonna set this. Yeah, you did all of that to kill business here in New York State, Cuomo. And all of your arrogance, all your pithy comments, all your bullshit. You know what? Karma's a bitch, Cuomo. Yes. 3 people have accused you of sexual harassment, including one where supposedly you put your filthy, grubby hand on her back and then put it right up on her cheek. Well, you know what, Cuomo? It's about time. Karma's a bitch. It's time you got your filthy ass out of Albany, and time we got someone who really cares about New York State. Not just New York City, New York State. You know what I say? Good riddance, you son of a bitch. And that's all I'm going to say this week. And you know what? Like I said, karma's a bitch.